Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to season 2, slightly Americanized way of saying a second series of the Reyt Good Road Trip, and I'm joined by Shaun
Doan.
I've just looked on there again because I've just doubted myself, and it is Doan, isn't it?
It is Doan, yeah.
Shaun David Doan.
You can just call me Big Shaun.
Big Shaun,
Everybody else does.
all right. So everybody will know your face.
Yeah.
You know, you're popular on the scene with the Everly Pregnant Brothers, aren't you, mate?
That's it, yeah, it seems to be. Something that started off as a daft bet years ago.
Was it? Is that what it was?
Turned into a 20,000, nearly 21,000 followers on Facebook. it's bonkers.
What got you into music in the first place?
When I were about, one of my earliest memories.
Let's sit back and enjoy this.
Is our kid.
Yeah.
I mean, my brother and sister are twins. They're 14 months younger than me.
Yeah.
And one of my first memories is our kid dancing round living room.
Oh yeah.
In his vest and pants.
Nice.
To Amarillo.
Okay, fair enough.
And just seeing him, just that joy.
Yeah.
That music were giving him at that, and it just grabbed you. And then of course I started listening to music.
Yeah.
And I grew up in, we were born in '69, so stuff that were coming when I were a little lad.
Yeah.
We're all glam rock, David Bowie,
Yeah.
ABBA, Bee Gees, disco were just kicking off.
Yeah, class.
and then just as we started getting to the point where we were going to get into music, punk rock happened.
Oh, here we go.
So
Trouble's brewing.
So we copped for a bit of punk rock, not a lot because we were still only young really.
Okay.
And then next thing that come along with two-tone. Well, we were about 10 or 11 when that kicked off. So at that point, all of a sudden you got this music that were just fun.
Yeah.
and just made you want to get up and dance. And I used to go to like 7x7 quiz, and they had a round where they'd get a musician to play a tune and you'd have to guess what that tune was.
Yeah.
Or they'd do 7 tunes. So I said to lads that run 7x7, James and Tim, I said, well, I can't play an instrument. I said, but I can sing. I said, what I'll do is I'll just sing melodies and let people try and guess them from that. So I did that, and Pete and Bales were in that night and heard me sing. Fast forward until 2008, and Pete and Bales have got this drunken dare by lads to go and play at Forum Christmas party.
Okay.
as the Everly Pregnant Brothers. Okay. Which were just Bales and Pete at that point. Right. They did about 2 songs. Pete dressed up as Sid Vicious, Bales dressed up as Noddy Holder.
Pete McKee.
Yeah. And it went down a storm. And anyway, the next year Pete were doing Art in Gardens. So the people that were out in the gardens had obviously seen him doing this and said, would your band fancy playing on Saturday and Sunday in Art in Gardens? And Pete being Pete went, yeah, we'll have some of that, we'll do that. And then he thought, I ain't got a band. It's just me and Bales and I can't sing very well. So at that point, he'd seen me, and he sent a message to Tim saying, do you know that Big Shaun guy? And Tim went, yeah, I'll get in touch with him for you. So I again got a message from Tim saying, do you know Pete McKee? And I'm like, I don't know him. I said, but I'm a big fan. I mean, he's got his paintings all over the wall. Yeah. And he says, well, he's got a ukulele band, and he wants to know if you want to try out to sing in it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll have a go. So I went to a couple of rehearsals, and the thing is, you walk into your hero's house, and you're a bit starstruck and you're a bit intimidated. But then within 10 minutes, when you get to know Pete, he's one of the lads. Yeah. He's not big-eared. He's not a pop star. He's a right nice kid. Yeah. So they joined. Yeah. We did the 2 gigs at Art in the Gardens, and it went down really well. People were laughing, and because I'd started changing words by that point. Yeah. Originally, the idea we were just going to do straight covers and just give them like Sheffield titles. Okay. But once I started changing words and and all lads started laughing, we thought, oh, this could work. This. Toby, of course, sees the comedy potential in it, and he's like, we could do some other gigs, I know what we could do. We could do it in Memorial Hall on a Thursday, once a month. Get them packed in, hear it. And I was like, all right. So we all went for it, and that's where that started. Memorial Hall gigs. Yeah. Started off with about 50 people in. The next month we had 100 in, by 4th and 5th month that we did it, we were Philip Memorial,
Yeah.
300 people coming and watching us, and it kind of just grew from there. We did some other bits and pieces. We did 20 minutes at Toby's stand-up show that he did at Lyceum.
Yeah.
We did a gig at City Hall with Ross Noble and Eddie Izzard and all them.
Well, those type of things, because as soon as you're launched into that type of world, what I'm really interested in is what kind of when you're just placed in these little strange pockets of life sometimes, and it's all a bit surreal. What kind of stories came out of those type of scenarios?
Well, just like we kind of do smaller gigs, but like we'd put a gig on at Greystones and it'd sell out in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so we'd have to do another night, stuff like that, but it just seemed to flourish really quickly.
Yeah.
And of course we put it on Facebook and Twitter and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
And as soon as you get it on social media and you start sharing videos and stuff like that,
Yeah.
that's when it starts going completely off a chain, because at that point everybody wants a piece.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, a stressful time. We're not as much fun then at that point.
no, it was great. I mean,
Yeah.
because none of us could really believe it were happening for a
Yeah.
start, and we were just having a laugh. This is the thing with Brothers. It's never been a serious band.
Yeah.
It's always been something that we do for a laugh because we love it.
Yeah.
Because it is a good laugh. You can't help but smile listening to a ukulele
No,
play.
you can't. You've just done O2
Yeah.
Academy in Sheffield the other night, didn't you?
5th year in a row.
5th year. Is it 5th year?
5th one was
Jesus,
done,
where's
yeah.
time go?
And we sold it out every time.
And you're always doing the big like 12,000 at tramlines watching you.
Yeah, 10,000 when we did
10,000.
6,000 down at Fat Cat. I mean, Fat Cat this summer, weather were appalling, but crowd just stuck with us,
Yeah.
and it were phenomenal. I think if we do it again, we need to look at working out how we can get it so that everybody at back can hear it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Is that what you're struggling with?
Yeah,
But you're going to with them.
But you know, it's one of them things.
Yeah.
But you know, we like to do O2,
Yeah.
and when we first started, we did Harley a couple of
Okay,
Christmases,
yeah.
and which were really good. But then there were that many people that
Yeah,
we
you
needed
need
somewhere bigger. So
Yeah.
then we went to Queen Social Club.
Yeah.
Then we went to Lead Mill.
Yeah.
Did Lead Mill, which were a good one. And then after that, we're like, well, where do we go next?
I've always looked up at that stage as a kid going to bands and
Yeah.
just seeing how big that stage is, and I had the pleasure of introducing Evan 17 on that stage once, and I've been out there when you see all them little faces looking at you.
It is.
What kind of emotions do they bring out in you when you see that in front of you?
Yeah, I mean,
And you see them wearing your t-shirts and that kind of stuff.
it's brill. It's brill. And the thing is, whenever we do O2, or especially O2, I try and do it when we do like Lyceum or Crucible and stuff like that, but especially O2 because it's Christmas and it's just a special gig. Before we go on, I always go out, and I know there's going to be mates out in the crowd, so I always go and try and find them, but I always go out and say hello to folks and have my photo taken and have a chat.
Yeah.
Because they're people that
Yeah.
have put us where we are. They're people that pay for tickets, that buy CDs, that buy T-shirts, that follow us on Facebook, that support us. And you know, I like to think that we're just a big family. So I like to go out and have a chat with folks.
It feels
and say
like
hello.
that looking in. It feels that way, and
It is, yeah.
And it even cap up. This time last year, you had a single in the charts, raising money, Chip Pan song.
Chip Pan's on fire.
Where did that top up at in charts? Were it top 10?
121. No,
Really?
131.
I thought you were pushing higher than that.
Well, it main chart.
Oh, okay.
Because that's based on everything, so it's based on streams and downloads. And of course, all top songs, they're getting streamed millions and millions of times.
Yeah.
I think the #1 song got streamed something like 140 million times.
Okay.
So, you know, you can't compete with out like that.